Well, most of us have been there at some point. You encounter obstacles, you may have faced some adversity.
And it might be at work, with your health, or another aspect of life. Our guests have set out to inspire, encourage, and motivate. Their seminar is 5 days away.
Robert Chandler and Dave Kress, good morning. Thanks for
Hi,
stopping by.
nice to have you here. Good morning.
Robert, we've heard your story, and some people out there may be familiar to some of our viewers, but take us back to your story, when this all started and exactly what happened.
Back in back in February of 2014, I was in a diving accident. Broke my neck in 2 places. Was springboard diving.
Well, you'd been training for
I
some
have
competition.
won the silver medal at the Cornhusker Skate Games in Lincoln, and I wanted to go back and actually compete at the national level. And so I started training harder and went to Dryland, and
You were in a gym.
I was in a gym. I was in a gymnastics facility, and overspun front somersault, went in and broke my neck in 2 places. My goal was to get to the national championship and the world championships 2014, but then I got in the accident, came out of that, and the neurosurgeon said, this is what's going on. My first question to him was, when am I going to return to diving? And he's like, whoa, let's take this one day at a time.
Right, you just broke your neck in 2 places.
He was concerned about you walking again.
Yeah, he was concerned about me walking, talking. He didn't know what the outcome of the surgery was going to be.
It's incredible that you're doing as well today as you are physically, but you formed Team Chandler, and to me this is sort of the bigger idea about how you're taking this experience and making it mean more than just about you. What is Team Chandler, Robert?
Team Chandler is a concept of bringing other people in, because in my journey I faced a lot of obstacles and adversity and hatred of people that, like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. And so I really didn't have any avenues. And with this, I'm bringing in other professionals or even friends like Dave here that have had experiences in life and to lift and encourage others to overcome adversity, obstacles, and fear.
And I don't think a lot of people really realize that journey, especially what you had to go through. They see that here he was injured, a serious injury, and now he's back again. But they don't see everything that's in between there, and that's where you hope your message inspires other people.
Yeah, and Dave, you see what he's been going through. You've had a front row seat to this journey. How do you take his experience, and your own, by the way, because you've had a transformation yourself here?
Oh, yes, I have. Well, I can relate with just the feeling of helplessness that Robert had to be feeling at one time, and the dedication and being told that you can't do this, you can do this, because I myself went through a 30-year drug addiction, and I was in really poor health. When I came out of that, I had a heart attack, early stages of emphysema.
And this is your physical transformation.
Oh yeah, it's more of a. Then I got with the Body by Vi to get back in shape physically, because I couldn't run 100 yards because of the emphysema. I'd be ready to vomit, and then it turned into more of a lifestyle transformation. And
it's a whole, right?
Yes.
Once you start with one thing, and it's interesting how those dominoes all fall.
Well, because when I sobered up, I blew up to, at the height of my addiction, I weighed 135 pounds. I was just bones. Then when I sobered up, I blew up to 235, and that's when the emphysema, they told me, informed me on that. I was early stages. I had to do something about that there, and that's where I got into the Body by Vi challenge, just for a physical transformation thing, but it became more of a lifestyle transformation, because it brought me out of my depression, my anxieties, my isolation, and I became a personal trainer. And now I'm going to be 55 years old, and
in the best shape of your life.
Well, I'm going to be
Really.
doing a Murph CrossFit test at 55. A Murph CrossFit test is running a mile, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 body weight squats, followed by another mile run. I'm going to accomplish that
That is
under
awesome.
55 minutes at 55 years old on the last Thursday of March.
And your journey, that's incredible. Your journey is a little bit different than Robert's, though.
Mm-hmm.
But you've both been through some pretty difficult things. And
Yes.
that's where this seminar, the Robert Chandler
That's
seminar
what it's about.
series, comes into,
Yeah.
into play here. Who would this be good for? And what do you hope that people get out of this?
Basically, I hope for pretty much anybody from high school to college.
And I would say challenge
Yeah.
to challenge, because the
Well,
two of you, your stories are so different.
Right.
to
Well, I
get
know
I've got
those
my
two-
stories.
personal training, I get, most of them are women that are overweight, and they're hurt, they're isolated,
Yeah,
they
there's
feel
always something else.
they need to be
There's
pulled
always
out and
something
feel
else.
good about themselves.
And there's
they
different.
can.
There are different speakers at this, right?
Yes.
There's one more. There's Tim Collins.
The website is team-chandler.webnode.com. The cost to get in, right? Give us one second on what you're charging at the door.
We're actually charging 2 non-perishable food items at the door, which the non-perishable food items are going to go to the Open Door mission.
Yeah, and we think about during the holidays, but they need that now too, don't they?
Exactly, and that's also one of the aspects of this is to give back for the opportunity that I've had to come back, to give back to others. We're also doing a Hope Tote Drive campaign, which is the
We
Hope
are.
Totes, and you can fill them.
And then this is another way.
This for anybody that brings in the most Hope Totes will win this autographed Nebraska shirt from the 2016 seniors
That's awesome.
that I got to meet.
We are running out of time, gentlemen.
Sure.
I wish we had more.
And Robert, we're glad to see you're doing well.
I'm actually going off to the 2017 World Masters Championships in August.
Keep us updated on that, would you?
I'm
And
you let us
for
know
your
how those
plans
go?
at the end of March, Mike and I are just sitting here like, well, what's he done
You
today?
can join me,
up.
okay?
Okay. I'll
Thanks,
cheer you
gents.
on.
There.
Thank
Good
you
to
so
see you guys.
much.
Thank you.